This segment is all about the plank. Whether you have a love or hate relationship with it, it's an incredibly good core strengthening exercise. It employs the entire core, which is rectus abdominis, transversus abdominis, your internal and external obliques, and all of the erector spinae and back muscles. So it's really the entire midsection. And of course it works some other muscles as well. But there are infinite variations on plank. So what is a plank? Your body's in an absolutely straight line horizontally. Planks can be done from the hands or the forearms and are usually done for time. So you can have wrists under shoulders, excuse me, wrists under shoulders, and you're just in a perfectly straight line, and you simply hold that, and you're very careful not to let your hips sag or stick up in the air. You just stay really straight. If your wrists don't like that, or if you prefer, you can do this from your forearms. And so you're simply holding your body in a nice straight line. You might start with 30 seconds and start working your way up from there. Eventually, you'll start to feel the core begin to fatigue. At the point that you feel like you can't keep your body in a straight line anymore, you're done. So what if that's become kind of easy for you? How about some variations? Wow, there are so many variations, but I'm going to share some of my favorites because I actually like to do plank and I like to mix it up a little bit. So whether you do these from your forearms or your hands, almost all of these can be done either way. If you want to just create a little bit less stability, you make it a 3-point plank and raise a leg. So say you're doing a 30-second plank, maybe you do 15 seconds with your left leg raised, and then 15 seconds with your right leg raised. You can make it more challenging by extending an arm out and trying the other side. So there are a lot of variations to change your center of gravity. Again, this can also be done from the forearms. You can take an arm out or raise a leg. Another interesting variation is to actually shift from hands to forearms, forearms to hands, back and forth, because this requires you to stabilize a little bit more. So what that would look like would be coming into a plank position, coming to the forearms, and coming back up. You want to make sure that you alternate so that you're even on both sides. So you're just coming down and coming back up. That causes your plank to have to stabilize a little bit more. Now there are also some great variations of walking planks. Now I like these because they become considerably more challenging. The first one is just a plank walkout. And again, you can do these from the forearms. You're in your plank, and you start to walk your hands out, which becomes infinitely more challenging, and then you walk back in, and you try and keep your core stable the whole time. So that's a plank walkout. And then I'm going to leave you with one of my favorite plank walks, and kind of makes you wish you were walking the plank. You can do these from hands or forearms. I like to do these from my forearms. And I'm going to kind of go this way. So the first one is a lateral plank walk. You want to keep your hips low. And you're moving laterally. And of course, you'll make the return journey. Another one that can be incredibly fun, turn around, is to walk forward and back, but don't allow the knees to bend. That means it's a very small movement. And so what that kind of looks like, you're in your plank, only the feet are moving. You're trying to keep yourself really stable as you walk back and forth without bending your knees. So those are just a few ideas for your plank. And actually, I'm going to give you one more, just in case that wasn't enough variety for you. If you want to add a little bit of cardiovascular work to your planks, you can turn them into plank jacks, which is like a jumping jack from plank. So this will be my final one for you today. Forearms or hands, body in a straight line, jump out, jump in. And you can do your plank jacks, create core strength, get a little bit of stabilization work at the shoulders, get some hip work in. So that's my segment for you for today. Plank. Do it. Play with all the variations. There are lots of other variations too, so just have some fun.